All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and our home team. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 60 yards.
You run. He's checking.
6-6, pull it high.
Shit.
Leo.
Watch the twist. Switch.
Now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Delta.
Mike's 54. Time to go. Night. Kill.
Ready?
2nd and 13. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Check 15.
A first down carry for Smith. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Switch up. Hey, switch gears. No.
Hey, hold. Alert!
57's the mic. Rock 57. Push him back.
Now Allen. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. On first down, it's Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the 24, Allen escaping the pressure right, looking for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
At the 24-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Army. Quick dash. Go. Check 9. Mike 54.
He'll look to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
57. Watch the screen. Pass. Slam.
They'll run on 1st down. Smith. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, hold.
57's the mic. Lock 57.
We own it. We own it.
Back.
5 wide. I got it.
Allen going to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Two times.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Smith trying to run for it. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Whip. Watch the whip. Switch.
Trying to punch it in with Smith. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. 2nd effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give right side. Dobbins, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Go.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. And a give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ronnie, 15 line.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
54, right there.
Now.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Check 37. Show it up. Show it up.
Hey, echo.
Mike by 4. Mike
Yep.
Mike by 4. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
General West. Ready?
Looking to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Get it.
Now Rashad Penny. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Under 10. 10.
Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Come on.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go. Joker, Joker. Joker, Joker.
Topper.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10.
54. Come on. 54. Come on.
Any weapon.
54. Watch 54. Cut. Tighten up. Tight dog.
Shoot.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 49ers' 19-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Penny. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Don't get nervous.
They'll drop the throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on that.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the three is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Allen. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. A give to Smith out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down and 4, Allen. And an alley to run. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Go. Go. Kill. Check 52. Alert.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the run. Wide. Get wide. Shit.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7.
57 Mike. Mike 57. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Pass 85, pass 85.
57 to Mike.
Pass.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Pass 85, pass 85. Hey, exit.
57's Mike. I got one.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Forced out to his left. He wants it all for the... And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 17-3. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's another Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Let's go, baby.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch block, motion, block, block, block.
Pass 85, pass 85.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Here's Allen to throw it. And an alley to run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Down 80.
50.
Alert.
All right, G, let's go. All right, G.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Go, go, go.
Alert.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Monday.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Got his target, Samuel. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I smell fear in that offense.
Switch.
Alert.
Check 43. Undercrush.
Now it's Smith, and an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
56.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Alert 3. Check 4. Check.
Alert.
Hop. Check.
On the run, it's Smith. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Sponge. No. Out. Jim. Sling.
They'll run it here with Smith. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Right there, 56.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, tight.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Check. Lucky.
They'll run on first down. It's Smith. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Shit. Watch the safety creep. Check 31. Switch it. Come here, switch it. Check. Check 99.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And an alley to run. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Mike's 56. Ricky. He's coming. We got double up. Check 13. Do. Half. What's the
On first down, it's Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Go.
You got nothing.
From the 25 on second down. Allen looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter.
Watch the twitch. Switch. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Kill. Hey, turn it up. 57's Mike.
They'll run on first down. It's Smith. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slant. Check 26. Check. Crunch. Watch out. Check safety. Check alert.
They'll run it again with Smith. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, switch gears. No. Hey, check. Half. Mike's 57.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. From 8 yards out. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Allen's pass complete to number 14. Touchdown, San Francisco.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Check three, check three, check three. Kill, kill, kill.
Hey, Zoo. Hey, let's go.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Kill, 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 kill. Check, check, check. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. John.
On first down, it's Smith. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Check 24. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Quick the edge, quick the edge. Come, come. Check 9, check 9. Stop.
Banjo, 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 banjo.
Here we go now with Smith. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard
Get ready,
line.
get ready,
The
get ready.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Let's go now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Yo, cheetah.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Ready up.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Here we go.
Back. Whip.
Shoot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Ready. 15.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Now.
I got motion.
Mine.
Mike's 54. Yeah, that's what I do.
25. Check 25.
Back to throw here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Ready, set.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not even going to come close. A big loss in the wrong direction on 4th down. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Let's go, defense. Hey, Haywood. Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. Check Mike. Deep grip.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, the 20. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here we go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 5-4.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch twist. Watch twist.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brown 80.
50 seconds to Mike.
Middle.
Knee. Check.
Kill. Check 52.
Wide. Get wide.
Now it's Smith running right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
57. Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go. Shift.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Safe.
5 wide.
36.
They'll run on first down. Keys. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
57's right. Too little, Cupcake.
56.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the 49ers, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And now they'll face the prospect of a long, albeit happy flight across the Atlantic. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.